morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. I am Ben Cornett here on the Ben Zone, here doing a post-game recap of the Bucs and Panthers. And yesterday, the Bucs ended up winning 30 to 20, 31-20. And we clinched the NFC South Division. I'm sorry, 30 to 24, I should say. Got to be better prepared. Well, when you've been out, under the weather for the last few days, you can understand why. But no, but the Bucs won 30 to 24 yesterday over Carolina. We clinched the NFC South division for the second year in a row. That's the first time the Bucs have ever won back-to-back division championships since being in the NFC South. We've never done that before. Because we've had repeat winners, but it's never been us. So in the Super Bowl year, we didn't even win our division. The Saints did. That was 2020. But anyway, we won the game, won our division. Now we're in the playoffs, so that's good. We didn't come out very strong, but in the second half, we definitely turned it up. And Tom Brady, we've been saying it for weeks. He went to Mike Evans. Look what happens when you go to your best receiver. He didn't have one touchdown. He didn't have two touchdowns. He had three touchdowns. 3 touchdowns for Mike Evans yesterday. That's what you got to do with Mike Evans. That's why he's there. It works. And that's how we scored 21 of our 21 of our 30 points. Or actually 22, I should say. We got a 2-point conversion. That was the difference in the game. Finally, it showed up. Better late than never, but it showed up when it was needed. And they said, you know what? Screw it. We got to do this. They finally listened to the fans. This is the reason why you have Evans. He changes the game, the dynamic of the game. Does so many great things for your offense. Not just receiving, but being that presence out there. And not only that, but he also got his 9th 1,000-yard season. So he accomplished everything we wanted to do yesterday. Win the division, get Mike Evans involved, and get another 1,000-yard season out of him. So all in all, we checked all the boxes. And the most important thing is we're in the playoffs. Again, now, I'm not going to beat my chest and physically I can't do that anyway because I'm still trying to get over my cold. But I'm not going to beat my chest and say, wow, we're NFC South champions again. We made the playoffs. Great. But we were supposed to with this team. Okay? We were supposed to win this division. It took us to week 17 to do it. Yes, better late than never, but still. No parades, no celebration post from me. We took care of business. Now, we got one more week, and then we host a playoff game the following week. So we got to be ready. We got to keep doing what we're doing. Keep going to Evans. Keep playing good defense, which we did yesterday. The first half was tough, but we made adjustments in the second half. We put more pressure on Sam Darnold. We took out, the receivers. The run game wasn't as effective for Carolina in the second half as it was in the first half. A lot of it was the Bucs kind of beating themselves a little bit, but they were able to clear up the mistakes and just play a good football in the second half. Again, it wasn't pretty, but we were able to score when we wanted to. Brady went to Evans. And thank goodness, because the run game was not that good. looking at this box score, the Bucs only ran the ball for 67 yards yesterday. Fournette and Rashad White didn't have great games. Let's just call it like it is. They didn't have good games. So, um, but our passing game, we were able to get 432 yards. Like I said, Mike Evans had 207 yards. Chris Godwin had 120 yards. So they had over half our passing yardage. So the pass game was effective yesterday. And this should not go unnoticed. The game ball should actually go to Jake Camarda. Now, why you asked why Jake Camarda get the game ball? Because remember, we were up 30-24. It's like 40 seconds to go. We had a bobbled snap on the snap. Camarda lost the ball, got the ball, and then he kicked it after that, which saved us from disaster because it could have been Carolina's ball at midfield, and who knows what would have happened with that. But instead, Camarda really made the play of the day, saved us from a possible collapse at the last second. So props to him. He's been great all year. So that was no exception. Yeah. Again, this game was not pretty, but the Bucs found a way to win. And like I said, sometimes that's what it takes. A veteran team, they'll find ways to win, even when they don't play their best. Carolina, they're getting better. The defense was pretty good yesterday. So, they're going to be better. They just need to get some pieces. And we don't know if Steve Wilkes is going to be back or not. But they're making a strong case for him. So, anyway, help me out there for a minute. We got Mr. Johnny Dean in the house. Let him light his cigarette. And there he is. Johnny, what's up, man?
How's it going, Ben?
Getting better. Had to take it easy for a couple days, but I'm getting a little better.
A little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time, just like the Bucs. A little bit at a time. And,
well, I didn't expect them to be bad all season. No. I didn't know it was going to take this long, though.
17, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do in the playoffs, man. I think they're going to probably rest Brian Jensen one more week. That'll give him like 2 more weeks of rest because they got a home game coming.
Yeah.
And see how that works.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we got it done this week. Rest up some players. We play Atlanta on Sunday. We don't know what time that is because the schedule hasn't come out yet.
Right. I just think that Jensen's going to Brady's going to feel a lot better with Jensen in that lineup.
Oh, I think everybody will, Johnny. That he'll bring that spark, Just his presence is going to probably motivate
like
this team.
Vita Vea in 2020.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yesterday, did you see him? Like,
oh, man.
Like, fuck that. I'm good. Oh, sorry. It's morning. Fuck that. I'm getting the Darnold there.
Ain't nobody gonna mess with Vita anyway. Who's gonna jump on that ball? One of them wide receivers or a cornerback? Come on, man.
Right.
Even a tight end would be, or a linebacker would be thinking twice about jumping on that.
Yeah. Yeah, our tight ends. That's another thing. Kind of not so well yesterday.
Well, I think they're okay. Yesterday they weren't that great, and we only got really one good tight end, I think, in the first place. Cameron Brate and then Kate Otten, but. Yeah. Cameron Brate's never been a great tight end, but he's been reliable. He's been dependable. Kate Otten, I think, has a potential to be a great tight end,
Yeah, absolutely.
He's just got to get that chemistry. This is his first year out there, man. It's surprised that Brady, because nobody else was there, but Brady had to rely on a rookie, and he don't like to do that.
No, I know. I mean, you could see in his face yesterday, like, God damn it, like, come on. Look, Otten, it's going to happen. You're going to have some bad catches. You're not going to. But like I said, John, I mentioned before you got on, Camarda, did he save our ass or what?
Oh,
With that
man. Was that a crazy play?
bobble snap, and he smart enough to kick it still, and boy, it could have been. Not saying Carolina would have came back and won, but that would have really made a lot more
Yeah.
your blood pressure a lot more higher. But yeah, what do
My
you
blood
take
pressure
from
was
this?
up high enough.
Yeah, what do you take from this game yesterday? I mean, overall, what's your take on it?
I take that they have the desire to win,
Yeah,
and that goes a long way once you get to the old saying. What was it? The Seahawks that went into the playoffs like this,
yeah, that's
and they
right.
got to the Super Bowl, right? So there's once you're in the playoffs, there's no telling what happens after that, man.
That's right. Anything can happen, and we got the home field advantage at least for 1 week.
Absolutely.
Probably to play Dallas, most likely. I mean, well, Minnesota lost yesterday, so
Yeah, yeah. I think we got
well,
Dallas.
we still got the division. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm thinking of wild card teams like the Giants or who is it now?
The Giants are making it hard on Dallas right now.
Yeah, yeah. Johnny, Giants can go into Minnesota and win.
Yeah, they can.
I don't trust Minnesota.
It's I don't. They don't like to play games with a good defense, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what won yesterday. The Green Bay's defense just smothered them, dude.
Yeah. It wasn't their offense. It was their
Yeah.
defense. I mean, they got the pick six. They controlled the game. Kurt looked uncomfortable every time he snapped the football. Like he went back into the pocket. He just was uncomfortable.
He gets
Jefferson,
frustrated. He gets really frustrated and he
yeah,
gets impatient. He don't wait. Once he's rattled, he's rattled. Kind of like Brady once he gets hit, you know what I mean?
that's right. And he did. And you know what? Give him some credit. He
Yeah, he
took the
stood.
hit. He
And
stood.
I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
and he was up to 3 and 4 at sometimes in that game last
He's
night.
just going to have to. I mean, he's got to let those routes develop. And yesterday,
Exactly.
Mike Evans played great, man. Finally, he finally found his Robin. Batman finally found his. Said, you know what? I'm going to use my Robin now. So let me get the ball to him through 3 deep ones. And
Misador says something there. I don't want to play Philly. Philly is far too complete a team. I don't care. And if Jalen Hurts is playing, definitely don't want to play him. But I'd take Dallas all day long because I think we match up better against Dallas than we do Philly. And
yeah,
the matchups are important, man. It's
they are. But Philly's young still. They've never been
Philly's
in
got
this.
that. Philly's got them cornerbacks though, man. They
They
got that
do.
secondary. I don't want to. I don't want to have to face them and put Brady in a position where he has to rely on the run.
That's tough for me. I think we can beat anybody except the 49ers. You're not stopping the Niners. I mean, yesterday was kind of a bugaboo for them. They kind of had an off day defensively, but that's not going to happen again.
They're going to come into the playoffs with a fully healthy
Oh,
offense too. Don't forget that Debo and them's not playing right now. When we
that's
get into the playoffs, they're going to have their offense is going to be clicking too.
I really think we can beat anybody except San Francisco and anybody in the AFC because they're
Yeah,
just so much better. And you look at teams like you said, Dallas. We match up well against.
we
We beat them.
do.
We know them. Philly. I think again, they're youth. They're not the most veteran laden team. Most of these guys haven't been in this situation. The Giants are young. Minnesota, you can't count on them. So Green Bay, we can beat. I know we lost to them earlier, but I know we can beat them.
I don't
We've
think
got
we match up well at all against Philly though, man. Not a bit because their weapons are their weapon. They can take away the passing game, and
they
that
can't.
kills us. Dallas can't take our passing game away. We don't. There's our wide receivers match up against their secondary much better.
Well, yeah, and plus Dallas had a tough time with Josh Dobbs for Tennessee. He was able to
Yeah,
throw the ball deep on him. So yeah, again, the only team I kind of fear is San Francisco and Buffalo, Cincinnati, or Kansas City. Those are the only teams I would fear. But no, Misador, that's a good question. Like I said, me and Johnny think we agree. We both think we match up very well against them. Philly, yeah, it's going to be tough. But again, I personal opinion comes down to veterans. We've been there before. We won a Super Bowl. Philly, they're just upstart, getting it ready to go. Now, again, Jalen Hurts plays, that could be a different story because he's a dynamic. He can change the dynamic, of
There's
the offense.
another thing there too. It's hard to beat a team twice in the playoffs
Yeah.
because they're going to want revenge for last year's playoffs game.
Oh,
And Jalen
absolutely.
Hurts is not the same player as he was last year in that playoff game
He's
either.
getting better and better. Yeah. No,
Yep.
I agree. But again, it's going to come down to how healthy he is. He's going to have to play next week because Philly's not clinched the number 1 seed yet. So
Exactly.
we still got the Niners in contention. They play Arizona. That should be a win. Yeah, so Dallas, they could still clinch the division and the number 1 seed. They play Washington. They're out of it. And Giants, you think they want to
Yeah,
move up,
Washington was eliminated last week,
right?
but they're going to want to play spoiler too.
True. I mean, it's a rivalry, so
Yep.
but you got Carson Wentz there. I don't expect him to.
I don't want to overlook the Falcons. They're going to want to play spoiler, but I kind of also want to play this game as a. I mean, they're not going to knock us out of the division lead, but they're going to want to play and beat us next week. I want to rest some people, but then again, I want to win too. Sweeps, man. It's the sweeps, you know what I mean? That's the fan part of me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want those sweeps, but I don't know.
It's going to be interesting. I mean,
It's hard to tell Brady to sit your ass down, so I don't know if they'll be able to or not.
That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to rest him. He's like, no. And plus, he doesn't want a losing record going in the playoffs.
And he doesn't want to fucking lose that momentum that he's got going right now.
Yep.
He wants to keep that he's got that rhythm now, and he'll probably want to keep that rhythm, at least for the first half of next week's game, at least. At least. Right. Hopefully we can get out to a big enough lead what did I just say? Get out to a big enough lead. If we could get a big enough lead in that game.
Right. Johnny, we had a comment. Nicole says, "Good day. I'm secretly listening to you guys at work." Thank you, Nicole. And hopefully you don't get in trouble. Thank you for listening to us.
Don't get busted.
Yeah. Nicole says, "P.S. Congrats on clinching the division." Appreciate that, Nicole. And she's a diehard Saints fan. They'll want to beat the Panthers next week.
Yeah, and thanks, Nicole, for following our NFL Edition YouTube page. Thank you.
Sean Spencer, good morning. Thanks for watching. What's up, Ben? And Happy New Year to you too, Sean. Sean Spencer, Let's Talk Football. Million shows he's got on there. We don't have the time to list all of them. He does so many of them. I feel bad for him. Commanders, they crapped the bed yesterday. I probably should have picked the Browns. Knowing that went, like you said, yeah. Scott Taylor's on. They both will eventually lose in the end. Yeah,
but that was a hell of a quarterback matchup yesterday. Well, let me go back to that Commanders game. If you got Carson Wentz and Watson, both looking like crap out there, man. It was anybody's game. It was. The quarterbacks weren't doing shit except trying to give the other team a win.
No, I mean,
Carson Wentz was the Browns' best quarterback yesterday.
There you go. He was the best one. And, he's pretty much done. I mean, he's a backup at this point. I don't see how they bring him back.
Oh, I'd be hard-pressed to put him in at backup. I'd put him like third or fourth string. Hold the clipboard, man.
Boy, Washington, they need to get a quarterback. Now, there's going to be a lot of changes. Rivera's probably going to be gone. They got a lot to.
Well, Black Monday's coming.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. I got Rivera on that list.
Yep.
Lovey's on that list for me. I mean, anybody else you think will be on that list? You think?
The Chargers. What's his name?
Staley.
Staley, yeah. They're going to be making room for Sean Payton.
That Fox analyst, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be making room for Don Shayton.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say his name. Yeah. Brady lost his rhythm with Gazelle. No, he actually gained his rhythm.
I keep bouncing back and forth on whether Brady's going to stay or go to the Raiders. I think he's going to the Raiders. That's my hunch. But then I'm starting to lean. Maybe he wants to redeem himself this next year. You know what I mean? 'Cause you never know what goes through his head, man. He's unique. You can't pin him down.
Doesn't that make it fun? I mean, you just never know. Like, well, the Raiders are going to swing for the fences. They're going to try and get him. They're going to do everything they possibly can.
He did
They
come
have
out
to
and
take
say
Carr
that the
first.
next time he retires, he is staying retired. So
Yeah, and this is why I don't think he's going to go to the Raiders. They got to trade Carr somewhere.
see,
Like
that's
before
why
next
I'm
season.
leaning toward the
Yeah,
Bucs thing again too. I mean, come on.
like,
But then again, we have to look back when he said that 90% of everything he says is a lie.
yeah,
So
yeah.
thanks for that information, Brady. Christ, that's just a lot of good. So we'll just keep guessing until then.
I know you saw my comment, dude. Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, we're ignoring you, Scott.
Hello, Ben. Oh, this must be the one. Do you know what? We're not going to read that. All right. So, well, we got the matchups for Saturday, the Chiefs and Raiders, and then the one I kind of predicted Saturday night would be the Titans and Jags. I got the Jags winning that game. Momentum at home.
Yeah, momentum's with Jags right now. Look, that Chiefs Raiders game, the Chiefs better watch out, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Raiders
The
they
Chiefs
brought it
better
to,
not go into that game lackadaisical. Like they looked bad yesterday.
well, Johnny. You never want to bet on Kansas City when you're making bets every week. They never cover. Like
Right.
they're like what, a 13-point favorite, and they barely won. Like,
I'm still going to take Kansas City to win because I don't
no,
see them getting knocked. It's the Buffalo game tonight with the Bengals.
yeah,
That one I've gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on, man. Buffalo needs this win. They
yeah.
really do. It's more crucial to Buffalo because the Bengals have already got their division.
Well, now
They got one more game to play, and I don't see if Lamar's not around, then I don't think they have anything to worry about right now.
well, that's the thing though. Baltimore. Well, thank goodness Baltimore lost for them.
Yeah.
But it's still for the division title if Cincinnati loses next week because Baltimore goes to Cincinnati and they're only one game back. So I think both teams. This is important for both teams. For the Bengals, they
Well,
want
who
to.
has the tiebreaker in that? Because I think they're split. They're split right now. I think Bengals beat Baltimore already.
No, the Ravens beat them on Sunday night.
Did they?
Yeah,
Okay.
when they play them next week. So they're only one game ahead right now. So if Cincinnati wins tonight,
Okay, that does make it because then the tiebreaker they have that tiebreaker there. So okay.
yeah. So I think it's important for both teams. I think that's why it's going to be such a great game. Both teams
Does
are going
anybody really want to see Baltimore? I don't. Not the way they're playing. I don't want to see Baltimore in there.
to.
Of course, how many people are out there in the NFL right now saying the same thing about the Bucs? Why do we have to see the Bucs in there? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but at least the Bucs are more exciting offensively. Baltimore just has no offense. No offense. I mean,
Well, we were exciting yesterday in the first two games of the year. Everything in between has been kind of like, oh God, are we
yeah,
going to get? Oh, it's another field goal.
right. I'm sure Nathan will disagree with you. He wants to see his team in the playoffs. Who wouldn't? But
Oh,
I
did you
think
see that
Baltimore.
thing Nathan put up today about
Oh yeah.
the Terps and Baltimore?
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
poor
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, Michigan beat him in college basketball yesterday.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to do some college basketball talk on the Ben Zone coming up after. We got football playoffs and everything, and also we're going to talk about USFL. That's going to be starting in April. Same thing with the XFL. XFL has a team now, Vegas Vipers. So
Yep.
it's going to be fun. Of course, we're going to have draft talk. We're going to have free agency. It never ends with the NFL. So stay tuned for that. But
Yeah, there's a chance that the NFL edition is going to be hooking up with a USFL guy. So
oh, nice. Look at that. Little spoiler for everybody. Possibility that will be fun. I cannot wait. Go Battlehawks. Yeah, St. Louis. Could be still have an NFL team. I fucking.
They fill their stadium up for nobody fills their stadium up for a USFL game, but they do better than any other USFL team out there, man, putting butts in the seat.
Now, Johnny, you said this year we're going to have all teams are going to have their home field, right? Because last year they had to do it in Birmingham.
Yeah, they were supposed to. Guess what? Bandits didn't show up.
So they're not coming back, huh?
No. Well, there are a Bandits team, but it's not the Tampa Bay Bandits no more. They went somewhere else. They went north.
Wow. Well, they'll be in the XFL. We'll have the Orlando Predators. Is that what I think that's who it is.
I want to say that, but that's the only reason I'm saying that is because that was their old arena football team.
Right. Oh, I don't know how much fun that was back in
the Orlando Vipers, dude.
No, we're the Vegas Vipers.
Oh, okay. Vipers went to Vegas.
Yep.
It might be the Predators then.
I think so. We'll have to double check.
I'll be following them. I like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have a Tampa Orlando grudge. I lived in the middle, right there in Lakeland, so I was dead in the middle of the two towns.
Yeah. So who'd you pick this for tonight's game? I mean, who did you?
Bengals.
Okay, I have the Bills, but like I said, it could go either way. I expect a very good game. Now,
I might pull Alec Loosemore.
Don't you do that?
Well, I've been bouncing, like I've said, I've been bouncing on this game ever since I made that bet. And I'm like, oh God, it's a home field. I picked Bengals for the home field advantage. That was it. That was the only reason I picked the Bengals.
The reason I picked Buffalo here, Johnny, is because they want that number 1 seed. Do you want to go to Buffalo in late January?
Yeah.
To go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Who? Kansas City?
I would. I'd travel there. I'd go there. Heartbeat.
I'm talking about teams like Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes never played a playoff game outside of Kansas City before. Did you know that? He's never played a playoff game outside of Kansas City.
Are you certain?
I'm positive.
And he still lost?
He still lost at home, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Buffalo wants to have that home field. You know, if you're going to go through us, you got to come here. You know, we're not. They want it.
So I think the split in wins with the home field advantage is I think it's almost a dead even split between the home games winning and the road teams winning.
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
I mean, the Bucs got all their games on the road in 2020, so
it's true.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. You know, anything can happen. You're right.
Didn't we get the road games in 2002 also? I think we did. Yeah.
I think the only one we had was Philly because Super Bowl's neutral.
That's why I think that, because that Philly game sticks in my head.
It's one of the greatest days of my life.
It sticks in my head better. I think it sticks in most Bucs fans' heads more than the Super Bowl actually does.
Yeah.
That win in Philly.
That picture of Rondé just getting that pick six. Yep. That was
read my name, bitch.
Well, and you said you've said on the show SMB reminds you of Bunning. He had a good game yesterday. He's getting more playing time with the injury.
Scott Thaler, you didn't watch the Seahawks then, did you?
Beat any top team. Well, anything can happen, Scott. You're right. By the way, the Chargers beat the Rams yesterday.
I'm just talking about the way he phrased that. I don't think an 8-8 team can. Well, the Seahawks went in and won theirs with a 9-8 record.
That's interesting because Seattle right now they have the 7th seed.
9-7 it was actually.
Yeah, 9-7. Seattle does have the final playoff spot currently. So Seattle, all they got to do is win next week, and Green Bay lose, they're in.
And nobody's even talking about them.
Yeah, Detroit they have to beat Green Bay, and Seattle has to lose next week. And for Green Bay, all they have to do is win, and they're in because they have the tiebreakers over.
Ain't it something that Green Bay's getting hot right now, right? And this game's coming up with Detroit.
That's scary. And who would that number 2 seed be? Minnesota, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that would.
Minnesota don't scare me. All you got to do is punch them in the mouth.
Right. They don't scare me either.
Hey, NFL, all you have to do is punch Minnesota in the mouth. You can win.
Yeah, and they've been too lucky. Buffalo, again, a great win, but a lot of things went their way. The Giants, they had to get the Colts. They came back from 33 down to win to a bad Colts team. They've just been too lucky. That's why I picked Green Bay yesterday, a hotter team. Minnesota, they can't
How
keep
do you
this thing
fall
going.
back that far to
Yeah,
the Colts, man? They don't even have weapons. They got
yeah.
Pittman, and they don't even have their running back playing. So
Jonathan Taylor, yeah, he's out for the year.
who's their other weapon? Was all Pittman? Come on, man.
Yeah, they have nothing. Nick Foles got hurt yesterday, and they're making a big deal out of it because Thibodeau, I guess, was
Destroyed him.
it, or he didn't see it at first, but Foles was down.
I started Thibodeau for the first time last week too. This week.
Are we gonna have to eat our words that Thibodeau so far has turned out to be?
I may just have to do that.
I may have to do that too because I didn't think
He got with the right guy with Salah.
No. He's on the Giants.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking Salah Jets. It's New York and it's New Jersey, yeah. New Jersey. Okay,
New Jersey. Yeah.
I won't insult Buffalo by calling them a New York team.
But yeah, he's played well and good for the Giants. I'm glad their fan base. I got friends that are Giants fans. They're really happy. I mean,
well, that organization is a no nonsense organization anyway. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they're down, it's not because of the ownership and the organization. That organization knows how to run a team, you know?
Right. Absolutely. And we'll see how far they go. I mean, they got a solid team. Their defense is good. Often, Barkley's carried them this year, We'll see how they do. Let's see.
Barkley, that's a story. He should be nominated the comeback player of the year right there.
I agree. Absolutely. He has stayed healthy. And like I said, if he just stayed healthy, this guy is one of the better running backs in football.
He absolutely is.
Yeah. Yep. Drew, thanks for coming on, man. Minnesota is and will be a 3 seed. Yeah, they could be. Because and if they have to play the Giants, it would be a 6 seed. Giants will go in. I'd pick them right now. They'd go into Minnesota, beat them. I think they're better defensively. Like Johnny says, you just punch them in the mouth. They don't get up.
And Sam Darnold's not losing games.
Yeah. True. I mean, our defense played him. Not Darnold.
Had the wrong quarterback.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Nicole says, sound the war horns. I can't do a horn sound. There you go. Johnny did that for you, Nicole. Thank you. I think Anthony's a little busy right now. Mr. Daly.
Come out and play.
Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs. What a game. That was probably one of the best games I've seen all year in college football.
I'm still salty about that, but I did pick it to be within 3 points. So
you did.
I just picked the wrong team. Right up until the end of that game, I had the right team,
Right. And TCU, congratulations. I know Alex.
Now there is okay. Have you seen the saltiness of the fans for Michigan right now? It's all on the refs. It didn't have anything to do with poor defensive play in the second half of that game. It was all on the refs. Come on, man.
Look, TCU, give them credit.
Be better than that.
Yeah. Better team won. Defensively for TCU, I didn't expect that out of them. They went after Michigan. They punched them in the mouth. They never recovered.
And they didn't let up on the offense either. I mean, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was. And both games were really good. Let's see. Drew says, agreed with you. Minnesota's definition of frauds. Minus 19 differential is unbelievable at 12-4. Yeah. Yeah. And
they either win the game by 2 points or they lose the game by 50. That's just how Vikings are.
Yeah. I mean, once you frustrate Cousins, you take Justin Jefferson out of the equation. That puts more pressure on Dalvin Cook. And they're not the same team offensively.
No.
And they don't play good from behind. Well, except for the Colts. But other than that, they cannot come back from, against teams like Green Bay.
Come on, Colts.
I know. Scott says I picked Georgia. Good for you. Georgia and
I think 90% of the nation picked Georgia. That's why I was picking against them.
Yeah.
I
Georgia
always go underdogs.
Georgia TCU be an interesting game. I still got Georgia. I think they'll repeat, but TCU is going to give them a game probably in the first half, and then
I don't even. How can the championship game live up to those two playoff games, man? How?
Yeah.
They were the most amazing games I saw all year this year. Both of them.
Right.
Going from, and what was it, 96, 97 points scored in the Michigan TCU game? That's what, second on the list now of the highest scoring games?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be an interesting game, but we got interesting games today. We got the Rose Bowl, Penn State and Utah. Really good game. I like Penn State in this game. I think
I might check it out. I don't know. These bowl games, and the Rose Bowl really disappoints me anymore because it used to be a big event. You know what I mean? It was the event to watch. When I was growing up, it was always the Rose Bowl. You got to watch the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
And now they've bloodied the field so much with these damn bowl games, I can't get interested in them anymore. I want to see the championship game, the playoff games, and the Senior Bowl. Yes. And I'll check out the East-West Shrine game too.
And the East-West Shrine game will be out here in Vegas. So
there's a bowl game going on in Florida this week.
A bowl game?
In Tampa.
Yeah. Peter and Ray, they were out there. They're covering that. I think it's
Mississippi, right?
Yeah, Mississippi State and Illinois. Is that the one? Or no, I think it's Purdue and
is it Purdue?
Yeah,
I might actually watch that one then.
Okay. I forget who Purdue's playing, but yeah, I just saw when Peter and Ray were on, they're showing their live coverage because Peter does stuff for them. So shout out to those guys. And then the Bills-Bengals game is going to start a little later because the normal, like 5:30 or 8.
Yeah.
5:30 West Coast dates because of the Rose Bowl, because they usually go kind of long, but
yeah, well, that's the best time to check out a game anyways, the end, fourth quarter.
Yep. Drew says, I can't wait for 2024 when the CFB playoffs goes to 12 teams. Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. I can't wait for that either. A lot of changes in college football. It should be good stuff.
Has the NCAA hired more people yet? Because their offices have like 6 people in them.
Yeah. Scott says just played Madden Rams versus the Bucs and the Rams won. Okay. All right. Good for you, Scott. What was the score?
The only one you're going to get this year.
Oh, man.
What was that score last night? Yesterday for the Rams? I didn't see that.
It's 31-10 Chargers. And I saw where Austin Eckler.
Again? It was 31-10 Chargers.
31 Chargers, yeah.
How's that, Scott?
Eckler broke off that 70-yard run. You see on the red zone?
Yeah.
Austin Eckler just.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. Another game, USC and Tulane. That's the one I'm going to watch. I think Tulane's going to pull the upset today.
Do you? I might watch it if that happens.
I think so.
I'm not a USC fan.
Okay. All right.
Although I think didn't Ricky Bell come from there or UCLA? I always confuse them.
I think it's USC. Ricky Bell.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take off here. We just want to do a quick post-game recap. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Thanks for Johnny for coming on for a few minutes.
Glad to see you're not all broke out in sweats this time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Look a lot better. Still a little,
I hear it.
But, we're getting there. NFL edition, Thursday night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'll be on 7, obviously, because. But Johnny, anything interesting Thursday night coming on?
Maybe. I haven't confirmed anything yet.
Awesome. Yeah, check us out there. And then I'll have to
We will
bet.
be working on our new promo, but that's after the show. So
That's right. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be on Friday night. Have at it. Episode 4. We'll cover the Bucs Falcons preview. I know we already clinched the playoff spot, but still a game. We got to play it. And we'll talk about some other important games because there's going to be a lot of them this weekend. So.
I just. Oh, there's 24 hours in a day, buddy. I can take a half hour off.
Yeah. And even so, I'd be like, I'll have the game like this right here. We'll save that kind of stuff for the Friday night show when we're after midnight. So thank you, Scott, for tuning in, and everybody else for tuning in today. Appreciate it. And we will see you later this week. So everybody take care and have a good New Year's after New Year's day off, or if you're at work, whatever. So everybody take care. Have a good day.
You're at work. What's wrong with you?